Okay, so what I have here is a cigar at the cigar shop that I work at that I've told you before, Roz's Cigar Emporium, Ocala, Florida. So I did a review the other day of the 1502 Ruby, which I really liked, and I plan on doing the other lines of the 1502. Well, that company falls under House of Emilio Brands, and House of Emilio Brands also covers Ezra Zion. Hopefully that shows up right there, maybe if I back it up a little bit. And Ezra Zion has a couple lines of cigars also. I think there's the Reagan, the FHK, the Tantrum PA, and what I have here is the Tantrum. And I had the opportunity to try one of these the other night, and I really haven't heard much about Ezra Zion, but I was really blown away with this same cigar that I had the other evening with this. It was really full-bodied, peppery. It was right within the ballpark of where I enjoy. So I figured I would just try to review another one and see what happens. So there's very limited information that I can find on this Ezra Zion size right here. I think this is a Lancero because it's about like 40 ring gauge, which is really box pressed. Runs about probably 6.5, 7 inches right here. But when you look on the website or anywhere else that I've looked at, I can't find a Lancero size. I see a smaller one like 4 inches by 4.4 or something to that effect. So with this Ezra Zion, if this goes with the same blend as the other one, it's a Nicaraguan Puro, Nicaraguan wrapper, binder, and filler. And I believe it's aged about 5 to 7 years on all of the tobacco on it. And I believe it's a Nicaraguan Corojo wrapper. It is a really beautiful looking, medium colored brown all the way through. It's really silky smooth to the touch, really vein free. It's just very well done grade A wrapper going on. Nicely applied cap. Essence of cedar. And that's about it. Now in this, you have the cedar, and I keep getting almost like a black tea essence going on some cigars also. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and they also smelled the head of the cigar. I've never done that before. Smells basically the same as the foot. Sweet woody notes, cedar, a little bit of black pepper that comes up into the nasal cavity. So quite honestly, I'm not sure. I believe the price point on this Lancero runs around $8. So I cut it up. Let me light it up and smoke it up. This is the Lancero Tantrum right there. And I believe they make a Tantrum PA, passive aggressive, which is supposed to be lighter bodied than the Tantrum. Look at this. We'll get rid of that right there. And we'll toast it up, which shouldn't take much toasting because of this size of the ring gauge. So yeah, really impressed with this Ezra Zion Tantrum. There we go. Right now, a good blast of a combination of white and black pepper, leathery balance going on. A little bit of sweetness on the background. Some good bright cedar components going on also, with a little bit of this bite of citrus zest. So I'm going to let the Ezra Zion Tantrum, I believe it's a Lancero. That's what I'm going with. I'll see you in a little bit. So I've let the House of Emilio, Ezra Zion, open up a little bit here, the Lancero on the Tantrum. And like the last one, I'm really enjoying it. It has some really nice peppery notes. I like that spiciness. And the profile of this falls right under where I enjoy it. Creamy body, nutty notes. Getting almost like a citrus zest bite to it with a white pepper zing. And with a nice amount of cedar. There's a really nice pocket of oil that's coming from right behind the burn line. It's showing very well through there. The draw is excellent. I don't know if you can see that oil that's popping right behind the burn line, but that's really nice to note on there. There's also a little bit of a nutty characteristics also. Ends with the cedar and a little bit of a peppery note. Let me give it a retrohale and see how it does. Through the retrohale, woo, yeah. Wow, that's where it really brings a nuclear blast of spice. It's still, it's still hitting me right now. So if you like a really nuclear blast of peppery spice, that'll do it. So I'm going to bring it down to the halfway point, and I'll be back. So I'm about the halfway point now of this Ezra Zion, and it might be more along the lines of a Lonsdale than a Lancero. It's somewhere along that size frame. Creamy. It hits you with this like toasty quality. And it's funny, I was trying to think of like what type of toasty quality it was. And it almost reminds me of like if you were to take, say, microwave popcorn and burn it just a little bit. It has that, not charred quality, but this toasty essence that comes off of it. And that's what I get. Almost like a toasty essence of like a toasted bread or something like that at the very beginning with the creamy body. And then also I'm getting a good amount of cedary notes, and it finishes with a peppery finish. It's dropped down from being full-bodied to more along the lines of a medium plus bodied. What I noticed also is that the finish is really clean. As soon as I'm done with it, it's pretty much gone. It doesn't linger at all. It has a very clean finish, well-aged tobacco. It's very well done. I start over and it's like a fresh palate. I really don't have to cleanse it much. Everything I just touched on. A good amount of cedar notes that are coming through. But yeah, this one's dropped down to about medium plus on bodied. So with that said, I'm going to bring the Ezra Zion Tantrum down to the final third. So I'm getting down to the final third now of the Ezra Zion Tantrum. Creamy body. The spice is really amped up again, so it's making it a full-bodied spicy cigar. A little bit of coffee notes going on. The peppery spice is lingering on also a little bit now also. Some cedar components, a little bit of coffee, and ends with that spicy balance. So it started full-bodied spicy, got about medium plus in the center, and now it's crept up again also. Nice toasty essence with the spice coming through the retrohale. Woo! Yeah, it's still got that kick to it. So I've really enjoyed this Ezra Zion Tantrum. So if you get an opportunity to try one, I highly suggest seeking it out near a local brick and mortar. And with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.